We spent 11 nights, supposed to only be 10, but we ended up spending 11 nights in a standard balcony stateroom on Holland, America, Rotterdam. Well, what do we think about it? Hey cruisers, welcome back to another Cruise Report Stateroom review. Now this is where you come for all the in-depth, detailed information about cruise ships, staterooms, dining, excursions, destinations, hotels. The list goes on and on. We ended up having to stay out at sea for one extra day, so we got 11 nights in this standard balcony stateroom. So we've been doing this for 20 years. We've been on a lot of cruise ships. I think this is our 137th cruise, 136 or 137. I lose track sometimes. And this was Holland America's newest ship, the Rotterdam. It's their newest Pinnacle class ship. And we were in a standard balcony stateroom. And I'm going to just go through my notes here, and I'm going to show you some video and pictures of the stateroom and let you know what we thought about it. Now, I'm going to tell you the good and the bad and the ugly, if there is any. Overall, though, I will say the stateroom was very nice, very comfortable, very quiet. We really enjoyed our time on Rotterdam. I did take my tape measure with me on this cruise, and I measured the stateroom without the balcony, and it came out to 20 feet 10 inches long by 8 foot 8 inches wide. That's about 180.5 square feet. And then I measured the balcony. I'll talk about that here in just a minute. Now, when we first went into the stateroom, the first thing we noticed is on the bed, they had this stateroom, kind of a request card. If you have any special requests, I think that's a really good idea rather than having to write down notes and leave it for the stateroom attendant. And I think that's a really good idea. I like the way Holland America did that. Now, one thing we did notice is there was no embarkation day meet and greet, at least not in our stateroom. Now, I know the stateroom attendants are very busy on embarkation day, delivering luggage and doing all sorts of things, but it's just kind of unusual that they don't come by to introduce themselves. They did the next day. We did get to meet them, and I will say that our room steward and his assistant did an absolutely excellent job throughout the cruise. No complaints at all. I just found it interesting that there was no meet and greet. It took about 2 hours for our luggage to arrive. So I think by 1:30, 2 o'clock, we had our luggage, and we had gone to eat lunch anyway. I think by the time we came back from lunch, our luggage was there. I will say the air conditioning system, there's a very easy to understand thermostat on the wall, and the air conditioning system worked wonderfully. We never had any issues with heating or air conditioning in the stateroom. We found the bed to be comfortable. We found the pillows and the linens to be very high quality. I think better than your average cruise ship stateroom, especially for a standard balcony stateroom. Now, there is a nice size nightstand on each side of the bed, and each nightstand has a couple of drawers and a cubby down below for storage. This stateroom did have a small sofa. You could seat a couple of people on it, and a coffee table. I say that because a similarly sized stateroom on Discovery Princess recently had no sofa and no coffee table. Now, the desk is very small, and it's kind of a combination desk vanity, and there is a lighted mirror kind of behind or facing the desk. So but it is narrow, it is a little bit small, but it was functional, and we were able to make it work. I should also mention that all of the drawers throughout the stateroom, the desk, the nightstands, and the closet, and the dresser were all nicely soft closed drawers and doors so that you didn't have any banging noises coming from your neighbors' staterooms. Very good job on that, Holland America. There was only one USB port at the desk, which I would have preferred to see two, but still one is better than nothing. There were two US-style 110 outlets and one European 220 style outlet at the desk. Now on each nightstand or above each nightstand, there was also one US style 110 outlet, one on each side. So if either of you have a CPAP or both of you have a CPAP machine, you'll have no trouble plugging into those on the nightstands. And each nightstand also has its own USB port. Now I will say the way that the plugs or the outlets are positioned on the desk, the mirror is so close to the top of those outlets and the desk is so close to the bottom of the outlets that plugging in, for example, my power brick for my MacBook Pro was impossible. It wouldn't fit. I do carry with me some AC and USB adapters, and the desk was so close to the bottom, it was almost impossible to get the AC, that Euro style to US style adapter to fit because it was hitting the top of the desk. It did fit, but it was a very tight fit. Hey, let me take a second to remind you, cruisers, if you love cruising, if you're passionate about this, and you want more information, you love cruise reviews, you like watching videos on cruising, please take a second, click that subscribe button down below. Don't forget the notification bell, because that way YouTube will notify you when we come out with new videos. Also, when we're on a cruise assignment, we always do a daily blog on our website. So make sure you check our website. I'll put a link to our Holland America Rotterdam blog in this video. So check that out if you don't mind reading and seeing some of our pictures. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, because when we're on a cruise, we're posting throughout the day live from the ship. So anyway, we appreciate it, and let's get back to my stateroom review. Now, as far as going above and beyond, we feel like Holland America really has an edge when it comes to standard balcony staterooms over a lot of other cruise lines. They just do a lot of little extra things. For example, the crown molding around the top of the stateroom is very elegant, it's very pronounced, and it's just very, very nice. They also do little things like they leave a scratch pad on the nightstand with a pen. So if you need to make some notes or maybe leave a note for your stateroom attendant, that's a very nice little touch. It's a little extra. Also, they have the coldest refrigerator, the little mini bar fridge. It is the coldest one we've seen on any cruise ship to date. And we've been on a lot of cruise ships. Finally, somebody has a real refrigerator that keeps things cold. Usually they barely cool at all, but this one really worked. Now, there's plenty of lighting throughout the stateroom, and the switch gear is nicely placed. You have switches near the bed so that you can turn off all the lights or on all the lights in the stateroom from the bed when you go to bed at night. The 42-inch television is plenty big for this size stateroom. It was a very nice TV. It had a great picture when it worked, and it had some excellent programming. Now, the first day on embarkation day, for some reason in Fort Lauderdale or at Port Canaveral, the TV image was terrible. We were getting very bad satellite reception, and that happened a couple of other days on the cruise. But like I say, when the TV did work, it was a very nice image. And of course, all of the onboard programming was visible throughout the cruise. Now, I mentioned the bed earlier. I did forget to mention that in addition to a light next to each or above each nightstand, there's also a little LED reading light. Now, that's another nice touch that Holland America includes. And we've been on some cruises that do not have those little LED reading lights. Another feature that Holland America includes are some hooks in the stateroom. Now, there's always hooks on the back of the bathroom doors on most cruise ships, and this cruise ship's no different. But they also include a couple of hooks in the stateroom. And we like that because you can hang up your cap, your sunglasses, your jacket. Now, we always travel with some magnetic hooks because, as you may or may not know, All of the walls in your stateroom on a cruise ship are metal, so you can use magnetic hooks. As for the closet, Holland America once again goes above and beyond by including nice wooden hangers. These are real hangers. They're not the captive hangers where you have to hook them into a little thing to get them to work. These are just your regular hangers like you would buy at a nice store. They also include a couple of beach towels in case you plan on going to the beach. There are plenty of towels for pool towels. They provide those poolside, so you don't have to worry about the pool towels, but they do include some beach towels. They also include a couple of fleece blankets. Now that's another little extra nice touch that Holland America does, because sometimes you just want to take a nap and you don't want to get in bed. You don't want to get under the duvet. You just want to lay on the bed, maybe watch TV or maybe you want to go out on the balcony when it's a little cool outside. Well, they provide these blankets for you to use, and that's an extra little touch. A lot of cruise lines don't do that, especially in a standard balcony stateroom. Also, they include a full-size umbrella in the stateroom. There's also 2 bathrobes provided in the stateroom, and these are very nice bathrobes, but they're not yours to keep, so don't pack them in your suitcase or you're going to end up getting charged for them. And they're not inexpensive, but they are very nice. But we found it strange they didn't include slippers. We didn't have any slippers in our stateroom when we checked in. So let's talk a little bit about the balcony. The balcony was pretty large. It was 9 feet wide and 5 feet 7 inches deep. Much bigger than some other balconies on standard balcony staterooms. We found it to be very comfortable. We really liked the balcony furniture. The chairs had a little mechanism where you could recline them a little bit. It's not into a full lay flat lounger. There's not room for that, but they would recline a little bit, and you have this little footstool that you could put out in front of the chair to kind of stretch out on the balcony. Now, they do use hinged doors on Holland America. I'm not a fan of the hinged balcony door because when you open the door, it takes up all that space from the balcony. They also have a tendency, if your stateroom door is open and the balcony door is open, the wind current coming through there can really cause those doors to slam very hard, shakes the whole stateroom, shakes the stateroom next door. One thing that was kind of annoying was they had this little floor mat or little rug. I guess it's to wipe your feet on when you come in from the balcony. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. It always was in our way. If you tried to sit in the desk chair and back the chair up, you're always hitting that little rug. Always seemed to be in our way. We almost took it and just put it behind the couch. So let's talk about the bathroom. It was pretty large. It was 30 square feet. Yes, I measured it. It was 55 inches by 79 inches. It has an absolutely massive shower that takes up the entire width of the bathroom. Very, very good job on that shower stall with a nice glass door. We thought the shower was very comfortable and very large. It was probably one of the nicest showers we've seen on any cruise ship in a standard balcony stateroom. Very good job. No shower curtain. We hate shower curtains. Nice glass door. Also, they had Elemis amenities, and they do provide separate shampoo, separate conditioner, and body wash. However, I'm going to zonk them on one thing. No bar soap, and I like to use bar soap when I take a shower. Put in the comments down below, do you like using a bar soap or do you like liquid soap? I just don't care for liquid body wash, but I do like bar soap, and they don't have that. On the vanity itself, a little small, a little cramped, not a ton of storage, but we got by fine. We managed. There are 3 glass shelves on one side of the vanity, and they're pretty large, so you can put a lot of stuff there. A couple of other little details. I liked the towels. I thought the towels were very nice. And I'm not supposed to talk about the toilet, but I'm going to. It has a soft close lid. Now, let me tell you why that's important. If you've got a lid on the toilet that just slams shut and you're a man especially, and you're up in the middle of the night and you're kind of tired, I'm not going to, I don't want to get too graphic, but let's say you're standing there and the seas maybe there's a little rolling on the ship and that lid just kind of comes slamming down towards you unexpectedly. Bad things can happen. So having a nice, soft, slow toilet lid that closes, plus it doesn't make that noise, that crashing noise every time you close the lid, and doesn't disturb the neighbors. So anyway, Holland America has put a lot of thought into their staterooms. This, I would say, is one of the more comfortable staterooms that we've been in. Now, we were lucky. We had quiet neighbors. I don't think we had, and you typically do on Holland America because it tends to be an older crowd. It's not like you have a ton of kids running up and down the halls. It was very quiet. It was very comfortable. And overall, I would say I would give this balcony stateroom, as far as a standard balcony stateroom, I'd give it a rating of 4.5 out of 5. I think they've really hit most of the high points when it comes to outfitting a very nice, very comfortable stateroom. Now, if you've stayed in a standard balcony on Holland America Rotterdam or any other Holland America ship, I'd really like to know your comments. Do you think I'm accurate? I know I complained about a couple little things like that mat in front of the door and the, just a couple of little details, the TV not working on the first day. And I know somebody's always going to say, oh, these are first world problems. All of our problems are first world problems. My job is to nitpick. It's my job to find what there is about these staterooms that you may or may not like so you can prepare for it, especially if they're the things you like. So very good job overall, Holland America. Very happy with our stateroom. Very comfortable, very quiet. And anyway, if you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up because that helps us with our YouTube rankings. And I'm going to see you on the next Cruise Report review coming soon.